Lovey, bubbly. Ooh. Right, let's get some weight on this bar. Where are my plates? Right, so get 60 kilos loaded up. Wow. So, welcome one and all. We are just about to hit a leg session. So please feel free to drop us a comment, and hopefully things will go quite seamlessly, and things will be a jolly good workout. So without any further ado, let's start off the session with a squat. Right, I am barefooted, so this will make a massive difference to previous sessions. And the aim is to go low to the ground. And the safety rails are bang on where I want them. So really good. Nice. Excellent. So let's get other things ready. A towel, my water. Right, so back again at it. Nice, easy session. I think it's going to be. So that's going to be for tonight. It's going to be quite a nice, straightforward session. To be fair, last few sessions I've not recorded due to some technical issues I've been having. I didn't bring my tripod, so I didn't feel it was worthwhile doing it. And the last time I recorded, I was in concert and we had just issues with the actual stream being laggy, and I'd rather be able to perform and do things where everybody can enjoy what I'm doing in the moment and not having issues with technology. So nevertheless, we're trying to work up to about 100 kilos today. And hopefully we'll be able to maybe push on and do 105. We'll see what happens. So we'll do one more set at 60, and then we'll just increment 10 kilos at a time. Not too bothered about how many reps I do. 2 or 3 I'm happy with. And then we'll do another leg exercise after. Nice. Cannot lie. Nice. Right, add 10 kilos on. Well, let's just say 20 kilos in total. Oh, I hate this. Right. So up the air bar to 80 kilos. Nice and steady away. Right, so 80 kilos loaded up. We'll do this for 2 sets. Again, trying to get three reps per set, and then we'll up the weight again. We'll see how that goes. So I do apologize for not looked at any comments. So get your comments in. God bless you. Thank you very much for the comment there on YouTube. 30 is 12. I have no idea what that's reference to. I'm at the gym this late because it makes more sense to get my workout done without feeling that I need to rush or change what I'm doing. Yes, this is Bishop Auckland's gym. Well done. So drop us a comment down below. So I am doing this barefooted, and I think this is really going to enhance the mobility issues. But on the last video I uploaded, or one of the last videos I uploaded onto you on TikTok, one of the Eagle Eye reviewer mentioned something about my ankle mobility, or mentioned that my foot was lifting at the rear. So I looked at the footage and I couldn't agree more. It definitely highlighted a weak point. So I removed my shoes, and I believe going flat footed is probably the best way forward. It really gives you a natural positioning, more contact with the ground beneath. So, and I do have weightlifting boots or powerlifting boots, but I always find that they're more of a hindrance than a help. I like the elevated heel, but I feel like I get a really bad cramp, and I feel so uncomfortable wearing them. I rarely use them anymore, so bit of a loss of money, but that's about 10 years ago since I've had them, so it's not a great loss. Anyway, 80 kilos, get comfortable. Nice. Really take out any momentum within the actual range of the motion. Nice. I think we'll do one more set of 80 kilos, and then we'll go to 90, and then we'll see if we can push on to 100 kilos and see if we can push beyond 100. So get your comments in below. With down movements, you have to explain the what you're saying about down movements. Cool. I mean, with me recording, I feel I have a great responsibility to really ensure that people don't feel intimidated by the cameras. I think sometimes it can be quite bugbear when you come to the gym and you just want to concentrate on working out, and you got everybody left, right, and center getting the camera out, filming and whatnot. So for me, this is more for my personal benefit. I can record. I don't feel that I'm interfering with anyone because there's no one here really, just bar a handful of individuals. So yeah, drop us a comment down below. Big shout out. Big D Queens. Oh, thank you very much. Anyway, we'll do one more set of 80 kilos, and then we'll up it to 90. So yeah, again, it's all about control the descent, and then we'll make sure we have a strong core on the way up. I do have safety rails set up, so if I do find I'm overloaded or misplaced with my footing, whatever may be the breakdown of the exercise, there's safety barriers there put in place. So always train smart. Right, so again, try to limit any type of repositioning, try and get your stance out the box. Nice. So go again. We'll put another 5 kilos aside on, so that'll be 10 kilos in total. So that'll be 90 kilos for the next set. So 90 kilos set up. Get your comments in below. And we'll discuss whatever we need to discuss. I think for me, I prefer doing low reps, make sure the intensity, I'm getting the actual form right of the exercise. I think form is probably the most important thing you should be concentrating on. Then once you start nailing your form, then the intensity should be how much weight you're shifting, making sure you're at the top end of the intensity. I think the body just really responds really well to how intense a certain movement can be, where you're getting the most growth. So yeah, drop your comments in below. Yeah, creatine's proven to be a very safe supplement for anybody of any age. Yes, I am Taylor. This is Bishop Auckland's gym. So again, another brownie point there for those who mentioned where I am. But yes, so drop your comments in below. Let's get it. 90 kilos. I think I'll be able to work up to 100 kilos. If not, try and push on to 105 today, which would be getting to a better milestone. I believe I did 110 previously, but that was belted. So the aim is to try and do things without any assistance in terms of any wraps or anything like that. I do believe relying on things to get the growth is a bit of a false reading. So we're just baby steps, as it were. Right, and here we go. Oh yes, nice. 90 kilos, low and slow. Nice. Felt good. Now the question is whether I do another set at 90 or trying to push on to 100 kilos. Because sometimes it's that energy reserve that you've got to be really manage it in a way that it's going to supplement your workout to its fullness. And then what we'll do once we get up to a certain threshold, and if we feel we can't put more weight on, we'll do some back off sets or go onto another machine where we can add the volume to the quads that we're working on. So, but I do believe that things like this are more beneficial than anything else you can do in the gym. So squats, deadlifts, overhead press, your bench press are some of the most biggest compound movements that you can do, and will give you a better overall physique. And doing penne rows are another one I like to do. This Lewis, this is Bishop Auckland's gym. So drop us a message down below. So I think I'm going to add another 20 kilo. I'm going to put 20 kilo, another 5 kilos, take it up to 100. I might just add a 5 kilo plate, it'd be easier than adding a 20. I know it doesn't look as pleasing to the eye, but we can easily strip the weights off, no donking around. There we go. So 100 kilos loaded up. I did do 100 kilos a couple of days ago, which I was really happy with. But it's only provable by recording it and posting it. So no difference to doing it live on stream. So it's like anything, it's always about getting that control. So yeah, but not bad so far, so good. It is getting a bit warm, so I might have to take a top off it later on, but we'll see. So put in the comments down below, what is your favorite go-to exercise that you prefer to do, if anything. Put it down below, guys. What is your favorite all-time gym move? Right, 100 kilos. Oh, right, 100 kilos. Nice, nice. Wow. Now, I'm not sure whether probably could if I really wanted, really want to push myself. I probably could do 105, and I think that'd be at a push. Um, but the beauty of it is having things set up correctly, so it protects myself. If anything does fail, I've got the safety measures there to protect myself. Um, it would be nice to work up to 110 today, but I don't think I got the energy or the reserves to hit 110 today. But wow. So far, so good. So drop us a message down below, guys. Really appreciate it. So we appreciate the comments down below, guys. So more comments are better. Makes it more of an interesting from my aspect. So that was 100 kilos. I think we should do maybe one more set of 100 kilos or push on and try and do 105. Be interesting. Do I have a 2.5 kilo plate? Yes, we do. We're going to go for it. Why not? So we're getting close to our max that we had previously with using a belt, and we were only going to 90 degrees with 110 kilos. Now, as you can see, I'm going down to ass to grass, as it were. So I'm getting a bigger range of motion with the exercise, and I actually feel stronger for it. I'm doing it without any assistance or any knee wraps or anything like that. Just goes to show that over time, if you dedicate certain exercise and give the time of day for a certain exercise, you can get strong. It's all about moderation and doing things appropriately within the means of your ability at that given time. I do take creatine 100%. At the moment, I don't take any pre-workout or any energy drinks or take any protein powders like probably a lot of individuals may do. For me, it's not something I enjoy. I understand some of the research behind protein shakes and whatnot, but I probably prefer to try and get all my calories from food itself. That really gives a more balance to your lifestyle, and it's a bit more enjoyable. Back in the day, I didn't used to enjoy taking protein shakes. I thought it was very chalky. I know there's different ones you can get now, but it is down to cost as well. I think some of them can be quite expensive. Where do you get your? Well, I get mine creatine just from Home Bargains. They've got quite a little small selection of supplementations that are really beneficial. So I just get the tablet form of creatine. I find it really easy to take, no mess, and it's just once a day. Follow the instructions. It's really straightforward. Um, so yeah, so just do what's right for you. I don't think you need to overload on certain supplements. Yeah, I stick to a 3 grams of creatine per day. If I miss taking my supplements, then I don't worry about it all too much. So drop us a comment down below. We have 105 loaded up on the bar. So this is going to be almost a new PR. It'll be a PR without a belt, which is really good. But we'll try just going to test the waters if we can get this 105 up and do it ass the grass. So it's going to be some feet today. Let's try it. 105. Yes. So I definitely reckon I think that was a good rep. If you think that was a good rep, then let us know. Felt like a good rep. Ideally, it would be nice to do it for 2 reps, but sometimes you have to gauge the impact of the exhaustion that you're creating on yourself. So long as the descent was good, controlled, and we did get out of the box pretty well, no lag in there. Do I also do cardio? Yes and no. I go through phases where I feel that I need to do it, but then in the last week, I've really started dialing in the effort I'm putting into my routine. So when it comes to like compound movement, these do really impact your cardiovascular side of things, get energy reserves. So what I'll do in a bit is I'll probably jump onto like a uh, rowing machine and really target the lats, and then couple that with a leg extension and go back and forth a few sets. Seems to feel, I get a sensation of like I'm doing a proper workout, like I'm in a way doing like some type of cardio session with how quick fire these that them sets can feel, which I'll show you in a bit. But I do find that once I start coupling certain exercises with one another, I don't feel the urge that I need to do cardio because of how demanding and how exhilarating the actual routine is starting to become. I definitely feel that I've gained more strength that way. But I won't never say dismiss cardio. I think cardio is really important thing to have. Um, so I just wouldn't say you have to do it day in, day out. But yeah, I'm definitely not a sprinter. That's definitely for sure. I would like to do more cardio, but for me, it can be very boring. It can be very boring, and I don't like to be doom scrolling on my phone. So, do you track your calories? And no, I don't actually. I have a ballpark of figures that I like, but I always go on a how do I feel? I don't want to be, I think, to be put down to a certain number because I think it's very arbitrary. I don't think it's that scientific. I think you should do what you feel. I think it's getting a better understanding about your body is putting the important side of things. Eat when you're hungry, sleep when you're tired. It's really bog standard stuff. I think people play into this technology, this scientific based stuff, and it's really doesn't really bear that much difference. And I think in some way it can actually create a bad mentality. It can create bad eating disorders. So be careful what you wish for. I'm just trying to be healthy. That's the best I could say. Yeah, enjoy the times when you're hungry and you can shovel a good amount of food in. But don't worry about if your weight slightly goes higher. I think some people just overstimulate or over concern themselves about things that are not really the big issue. So I think I weigh myself every 2 weeks. Um, Again, I mean, long as I always say, long as you consume a minimum of 2 liters, which is at normal rest, anything above that is a bonus. And you do what people got to remember, you do get fluids from the food that you eat as well. So that's another thing. Yeah, do you start tracking how much hydration you're getting from your food? I don't think people would do, but as long as you know the symptoms of dehydration and you check whether you're hydrated during the day is a probably thing that people should start doing. And just trying to make accommodations to improve your hydration and try not to drink too much in one go. I think sometimes that could be a very bad thing, trying to guzzle down a lot of fluid when you don't really need to. Little and often, as always. Right. Okay. Well, any further ado, we could do 105 again. We'll see this time if we can go and try and do 2 reps. Nah, just one's enough now. But wow. Well, I think the main thing is depth. Depth is key and control. So I cannot lie, I'm happy with that. Very happy. It's probably one thing I don't see a lot of when you watch um, other streamers or influencers. They always seem to do the go-to ones, which are your bench press, your machine weights. I think it takes a lot of effort when you do try and do compound movements, but they are really fundamental to an overall better physique. So, and I think a lot of people are probably missing out on the fact that when you train legs, um, the amount of hormonal stimulation that you'll create by training legs effectively will enhance other movements that you do during the session as well. So train your legs effectively, then jump onto something like a rowing machine or a pec deck machine and just watch things get more stimulated and create more growth because of the fact that you're stimulating a muscle in your legs to a degree where it actually activates the growth hormone inside of you, making things push on a lot easier. So, well, cheers for the that Ryan. I really appreciate the comments. See you next time. Anyway, gas bagging. So 105 kilos. Um, I think next time we'll definitely try to go heavier again. I'm happy with 105 today. So without trying to push the boat any further, we'll wind back the clock and we'll do a moderate weight for a few reps. But that's pretty good. That's what's about really little and often. That's what they say. That's what I believe anyway. So we'll put this down to 80 kilos again. Well, we'll do 85. Yeah, 85. That will be 25%. No, that will be 15% less. So we'll be operating in the region of 85% of our current 1 rep max, which is now going to be 105. There we go. So 60, 80, 85. Correct, Monto. So, right, so what we're going to do now is operate 85% of our current 1 rep max, and today's 1 rep max was 105. Hopefully in time to come that will increase and we get more and more weight on the bar for our last couple of sets in terms of trying to get more reps out now. I can't wait until the day comes where I'm casually squatting 100 kilos for reps. But let's go for this now. Right. Again, didn't go fully to depth. Trying to keep that tension on the mid-range of the rep. What we'll do, we'll on the last set, we'll go full range and see how many reps we can burn out. Then after this, I might go for a piss because I need a little boy's room, I think. So get your comments in below. When you're gonna begin? When you turn up, bro. When you turn up, bro. I'll start beginning when you turn up. So I appreciate the comments. Get your comments in down below. The more the merrier. Forgot to put my banner up on the TikTok live. So next time I'll try to remember. But yeah, get your comments in. Anything you would like to mention, please feel free to drop it down below. It could be advice. It could be anything you want to know. I don't have the answers to everything, but I will muster up the courage to try. Right, so last set, 85 kilos. These are back off sets, by the way. This is now 8. Well, would that be? I know it would be more, wouldn't it? Should have done it 90. What a dong. Anyway, close enough. Bad maths. Wow. I'm absolutely gassed, but nevertheless, feeling good. So what I'm going to do is unwrap the bar now, and we'll go on to another movement. Gonna do something that's gonna allow the legs to regenerate, and then once we get that second exercise in and things start to ease off again and we feel more like we've got energy reserves to do some bigger movements again, see how that goes. But I'm trying to think what's the plan. I think the plan will be we'll do some calf raises, getting a very low-key exercise. I think it's an exercise a lot of people, like myself included, that sometimes we migrate away from it, we lose that connection with. So we'll do some of them and maybe do some high to low lat pull downs, which again it'll be quite a nice combination for this routine. And then we'll probably end up on a pec deck machine for one of our last exercises of this session, maybe. We'll see. Right, gas bag in. Let's tidy up. But wow, So happy with that. So yeah, 105 without any weightlifting belts is quite a good place to be. Right. So right. So don't need my gear. Leave that there. So right, and so what we're gonna do now is gonna go. We're gonna do a 2-for-1 movement, or the two exercises back to back. What we'll do is we'll do this, but also and also okay. Right, I'm just setting up the other machine in the background, so I do apologise. Trying to think whether, because okay, so there. Okay, that's what we'll do. Right, so you may not be able to see me, but I see you. Just whether or not, what I might do, I think that's a bit too far away for you to see. Just whether or not you do. Yes, I think that's what we'll do. Back to back. So we'll do some calf raises. I think the main emphasis is just holding it up at the top end. So this is going to allow the rest of my body to like recoup. So much nicer without any shoes on. Definitely a goat move to do. So again, it's all about just slow the whole rep down. Got a nice squeeze at the top, and I've lost count. Do 2 more. 1 more. Oh, okay, cool. Right. So with that done, well now okay. Hopefully you can still see me. Three. Oh. 7 good reps. Ooh. 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 Nice. Nice. So we got this interjector. I think I'm going to increase the actual weight. I think that'd be more beneficial. So hopefully people don't mind this angle, but any comments, then please feel free to listen below. What the wrong one. Too light. Uh, too light. Where are? Do you want? What? I want a 2 kilo. There we go. Maybe. So. Oh, it looks. Which one, Jim? This is the one in Bishop Auckland. So yeah, so Billy and this is one gym in Bishop Auckland. So yes, nice and quiet, far from the music. So 22.5 kilos again. Well, just focuses on the squeeze at the top. Doing it barefooted as well makes a bit of a difference to that sort of exercise when you're wearing shoes. I think you feel a bit more it's more disconnect when you wear shoes. So this feels a lot better. Really get onto them tippy toes. Ooh. Right, so same again. We'll do a bit more. It is a good gym. I come to this gym this time of night because I do this live stream in Malarkey, and it's just really peaceful, really quiet. I'm definitely the type of person that prefers the peace and tranquility of doing a routine this time of night than having the hustle and bustle of having everybody around me. So yeah, I do appreciate this type of environment at this time of day. Yes, this is Bishop one there. Well done. So yes, it is a good gym. So I would highly recommend this. This is one gym, so please feel free to hit a like. Right, so hopefully this is a nice aspect of the exercise I'm doing. Ooh. 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 Oosh. Ooh. 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 Wow. Definitely enjoying the this back-to-back type of training. Definitely more invigorating. Definitely feel a bit more engagement with the muscles. I definitely feel it gives me a better balance on the longevity type of things as well. So yeah, drop us a comment down below. We need to increase the weight again. I do like to do a progressive overload. So we need to ensure that we are definitely. Oh, this is the only bugbear I have about where's the 5 kilo? I was looking at the 5 kilo plate. What have we done here? Oh, I saw one. Ah, there's a 5 kilo one. Right? Ooh. So, I think what we're going to do now is uh, increase that 15. Where's it? 10, there's 5 there. 5. 5. Yeah. We're just two fives. There we go. So for the next lap exercise, we'll do 40 kilos aside, 25 on the calf raises. Again, we'll see how this goes. Again, I always find recently going barefoot is feel I get a better range of motion, a bit more of a connect to the exercise, so more beneficial in the long run. And again, it's all about squeezing it at the top. You just hold it. The longer you hold it, the better, amongst other things. Ooh. Ah, yeah. Oosh. Oosh. Wow. Excellent. So far, so good. Oosh. Wow. Ah, that's pretty good. Nice bit of the burning sensation. Right, so okay, so 40 kilos on. Ooh, wow. Oh, losing grip. My hands are getting slippy from sweat. Annoying, but nevertheless, I think what we'll do is we'll do another set. What I'm gonna do is gonna get me my wrist wraps, just trying to aid that grip. That's the only thing I struggle with is grip strength, but I do feel it improving. But it's such a small increment. Well, yeah, and this is probably one of the reasons why I don't feel I need to do cardio at the moment. Uh, the amount of effort I'm putting into the routine, I definitely feel that I am definitely making headways in losing body fat whilst improving my overall physique. So, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Anyway, let's go and get my lip wraps. So, talk amongst yourselves, make yourself more acquainted with one another, but no kissing. Please, no kissing. We don't want any kisses. Oh, thank you. So, here we go. Anyway, we need to load up with some more weight for the car freezers. I think we'll just go to 30 kg. So, any comments, please feel free to listen below. Anyway, crack on. Ooh, 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 oh, ooh. One more. Yes. Wow. So, well, we've still got that pump going. We'll jump on to this one. I think what I'm going to do is wow. One more side to do, and then bit of a breather. Look at what we might be doing after. But I think if you get the right intensity to your workouts, then you should be making noticeable gains within your workout. Ah, that's better. Right, so I tell you what, if there's one thing I would say everybody should get some leather straps. Definitely make a complete uh an overall difference to how you grip things. Wow, I've been lost without them. And because of leather, how natural it feels is unbelievable. Uh, whew, wow. So drop a comment down below if you want to know anything. Please feel free. But yeah, so far so good. Right, time to reduce and remove all the weight because then we're going to go on to something different. Oh, but yes, enjoyable, definitely. Um, Definitely starting to find my rhythm, my belonging in the gym environment. Um, and so far, it's been just over a year of training. I've not had any serious injuries, which is paramount. The one thing you need to make sure is that you're not overdoing it, overexerting yourself, put yourself in a position where you're getting hurt, because in that way you're not going to make any gains. In fact, you're going to be the opposite. So it is push when you feel that you made good progression, and just be very mindful of what you're doing, and just try to make any exercise as safe as feasibly possible is what I'd always say to people. Uh, no one will remember you for the weight that you lift. They'll definitely remember you if you ever drop weight on you, that's for sure. Uh, Bad news is always people's favorite thing to read, isn't it? Uh, that's totally how life is. People like to see people completely fail. It makes them feel better about their position in life, which is an odd, peculiar thing to have, to be surrounded by. It's weird. Ooh. Anyway, we have to look at what we're going to be doing next. So normally, when I've done a big compound movement, and then I've done this type of back-to-back exercise, which I really gonna start advocating for. What I could do, I'll probably do a chest movement now to kind of like keep that balance right. So let's do that. So let's get me water. Get me water, and then we'll do some chest flies, and then we'll jump on to probably a few sets of maybe hack squats. Now, here we go again. Should we do some back flies, rear flies? One thing I like about TikTok, I get to do a puzzle. There we go. Yes. Completed. So drop your comments in below, guys. I do like to reminisce with people. I think today I could do flies, or I'm gonna take these off because I don't need these on. So I could do rear flies, or I could do pec. I think sometimes when you've done one movement, it's always nice to like keep that balance right and do the opposing muscle. So without any further ado, we will definitely do some pec deck. Again, it's not always about that is on the highest. And there's some numpties going, oh, I'll put on 100 kilos because why not? Not for me. I definitely prefer keeping things within a reasonable scope. That feels really nice like that. So but that feels nice. So comment, I had my first super session today. Any tips? Well, one of the best things I could say is the reason why I like to record myself. It does help in noticing your mistakes and the willingness into wanting to improve what you do. If you've got to use yourself a good gym partner, then you should be helping one another. And one thing I'd say, don't be too overzealous on what you're lifting. Focus on good technique and good form, and make sure what you do is enjoyable. That is one of the most important things, that what you do in a gym is enjoyable. I think the vast majority of people who come to the gym, it should be enjoyable. The vast majority of people come to the gym are not going to be competitive lifters. I'm not a competitive lifter, and I wouldn't want to be. So that's my best takeaway, really. Good. I mean, that does help. Go with someone who's got more experience than you definitely will help you in your quest in getting fitter, getting stronger. So props to that. Feels really nice. So again, I'll do the next side. Nice. So comments. Let's have a. Yes, Joe, it is Teesdale's gym, one gym in Bishop Auckland. Well, enjoy your session on Thursday. I will be again. I tried to do these type of sessions at this time of night. For me, it's more enjoyable. There's no competition for the machines. I don't have to reorganize my routine to accommodate anybody else because there's no one here. So for me, that's my ideal. I do prefer coming to the one gym because it's on my doorstep, but also of the layout. I think the equipment they've got here is by and far what I enjoy to do. There may be one or two machines that I wish was here, but you can't have every ideal situation fall your way. So we try to do what we can with the equipment we have. And I think the vast majority of it works really well. So I'm really happy with that. So get yourself to a one gym near you. I can't promise that all of them are as good as one I go to, but I think vast majority of them do have a good amount of equipment, which is very standardized throughout the one gym group. I will be going to other one gym groups in the near future. There's some that I've not been to and I would like to go to. Sometimes you need a good excuse to go to these other gyms, and I think I need to start making that excuse. And Kate, appreciate Protein Bubble. Thank you very much. So get your comments down below. We'll do 38 kilos now. Nice. So it's been a nice workout today. I think when I started the gym, I had very old misconceptions, and I wanted to just do one certain type of body group or muscle group in a session. And I think over the time you start to realize that you're putting yourself in a certain category and you're missing out on a lot of greater potential by utilizing other muscle groups within a session. So definitely prefer doing a hybrid workout than just sticking to like predominant one specific type of muscle group. But I always like the progressive overload. I like the low reps and then probably add a bit of volume on another movement later on to get the blood flow and get more of an intense burn when I'm near complete with other routines. So that's my why. Anyway, we'll increase the weight to 45 kilos. Any comments, please feel free. It could be advice or advice that you may want to, that you may need. General questions, feel free to listen below. It's not always about gym life. I think gym life can be quite a narrow personality trait. There's definitely things that I would like to start to do outside of the gym life, and I think it's been more beneficial for myself to do as well. And it just trying to normalize everyday life. It just breaks up the boredom of being a single person, I guess. Adds a bit more added value to what I do as a person. So we'll have to wait and see what that may be. All right, then. Oh, 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 yes. Nice. Wow. Again, not too fussed about how many reps. I do definitely like to leave a little bit in reserve. I think that's quite a nice thing to do. I think sometimes when you people do it, oh, you've got to go to failure. Going to failure. I think sometimes that's where you run the risk of overexertion. You risk high potential of injury. So I don't really believe the risk reward ratio of going into failure is that important. I think it can do more bad than good. And try to work within your means. So don't be so carried away about weight, more weight, more weight. For me, it is that distinct feeling that you get that you know you can push on when things are going your way. It is trying to keep yourself protected at all times and not trying to lift the ego, which is easily done. You can easily get carried away in wanting the lift because you want to show off. So that's one thing I'm very wary of. I don't need that type of clout. I'm definitely not a strong person. Dedicated, defo. Nice. Again, one thing I definitely encourage people to do is be really controlled, especially when you're finishing a rep off. Try and maintain that control throughout the range of motion. Don't drop the weight because even though it sounds great, um, you could not only cause damage to yourself, but you could also damage the machine, and that's what a douche does. Say hi, hello, free edits, hello, Catnap, hello, hello, so hello, people. Drop us a comment. So we are live on TikTok and YouTube. I was thinking about maybe transitioning over to Kick, but with having a very small channel, I don't think the law will be there for trying to set up another live streaming platform. I've definitely got the devices for it, but it's whether it's going to be more beneficial than anything else, really. But I'm enjoying this. Definitely finding this definitely has probably helped me gain a lot of more confidence in myself. Um, so props to that. But wow. So what we're going to do is probably get set up on maybe a hack squat or a what's the one, super squat. I don't know, I forget what it's called now. We'll see how that goes. And then another thing I need to do is I need to finish on with some leg raises. So we'll see how that goes. Whew. Right, and let's go for it. Right, 58 and a half. Wow. Right. So choices are maybe a hack squat. I think we do a hack squat now. Should we do it without shoes again? Try and maintain that natural stance. I think that'd be quite a good thing to do. No, near low enough. Right, that's a fixed path. It is a fixed path. No weight on it. Okay. Right. Okay. So again, still about getting set up. Oh, that's better. Right, so okay, that is the range of motion I want. So, let's load up. So this goes up to, takes us up to 60 to 80, 90, 800 kilos. Yes, so 100 kilos. So 100 kilos. Again, try and go as low as possible. We know the machine bottoms out before we cause any significant injuries. So, you know, we've got that safety net there. And that's the thing that you need to try and get past, understand your safety nets and put your faith in your setup. Here we go, 100 kilos. Nice. Cannot complain. Easy peasy. Ooh. So, too far apart. Well, again, you're not here, you don't know what I'm hitting. The regions. So the legs are not too far apart. That's ideal. Just wider than shoulder width. So very good stance, I would say. So appreciate the comment, but I'd say you're very wrong and very naive. Right, so let's get ten. Whew. So 110. So I appreciate your comment. I know it's very stable, Liam. I can assure you, there's no wobbly legs. So I appreciate the comment, but very stable, Liam. This is 110 kilos, 120 kilos, just to say. Wow. But one thing I would have to mention, Liam, is I've done some squats earlier on, so definitely feel fatigued for sure. But form was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm the first one to admit to any poor form by any means, but definitely no form breakdown there. Definitely feeling goose for sure. But I appreciate the comments. Whether it's good, bad, we agree which one I am. So get your comments in down below. I think I'm going to maintain 120 kilos for now. But we have hit squats today. We have done 105 kilos after ground squats. So I do feel so much better for that. Anyway, drop us a comment. Any advice will always be noted, but sometimes you have to agree to disagree. And sometimes I think you're not fully appreciating the effort. I think effort is one thing as well, but uh, I don't feel like there's any breakdown within the actual routine itself. And the stance is solid. Here we go. I'm absolutely goose, but I definitely feel I can go heavier. But again, it's always that mindset. Sometimes you have to not push on because you feel aggravated, and who you're doing it for is probably the main aspects. Wow. So appreciate the comments. We're getting some more comments on YouTube. Appreciate the comments there. So far, so good. It is going good. What I would say is the whole routine will be available on YouTube for you later on today. So if you want to watch the whole shenanigans of today's workout, please feel free to jump onto YouTube and look for Protein Bubble on YouTube. You'll find all the other workouts that I've done. One thing I do like is keep things as transparent as possible. And I think a lot of things, especially in social media, can be misconstrued, and you don't know what people are really doing in their workouts. Sometimes I do a lot of gas bagging, like now. No, you're totally right. I totally respect that. For some reason, I can't seem to get any. Not going as low. Maybe I need to. I think that's why. I think this is too low. Why? That's why. Right now, get back off this. The platform was too low, so I'm not getting the depth. And this is one of the reasons why I enjoy doing the live stuff, because sometimes you see it from other people's perspective, and it's such a game changer. So we'll just alter the depth. So hopefully now we can go a bit deeper. Let's go for it. So much better. 100%. That is so much better. Wow. Nice. Definitely feeling the quads, uh, which is always the main aspect. One thing I would say to people, if they're doing an exercise and they're feeling another muscle group feeling sore, then maybe you look at the methods that you're using. It's not worse than trying to push through an exercise and you're aggravating something else. And so far, touch wood, I've been pretty good with my setups. But that range of motion definitely helped. Appreciate the comment. Who was that one? Elliot, appreciate the comment. So yeah, again, I could go higher with the feet. Not much more higher, to be fair. But again, that will give a greater range of motion deeper into the hack squat. So maybe something I'll do on the next set. So, and this is again one of the reasons why I enjoy doing live streams. You get that different perspective from what individuals who may be watching and seeing your failings and want to help you get stronger, to get fitter, and just really kill it. So I really appreciate the comments. So yes, we will definitely do a higher foot positioning. Because why not? Now this is where I might struggle, but we'll see. Easy. Uh, right, one more. Ace. Again, felt really easy. So I think next time we'll definitely go heavier. Again, just remember key points like that. So sometimes you miss these details. So appreciate the comments and advice. Minor details. Appreciate the comment there, Elliot. But definitely feel the weight going right through the foot, not on the toes or anything like that. Definitely going through the heel. But wow, I definitely feel more of a connection with the actual exercises doing it barefooted. I think going forward, that's definitely something I'll be doing more of, is doing it barefooted. So yeah, pros and cons. Right, I think I'm gonna put a bit more weight on. Wow. Here we go. Right. Here we go. So we've got 120 loaded on. Easy. I'll definitely get to the point where energy's depleting quite a lot. So I think what we're going to do is get set up on the lift machine. We're going to do try to do some pull-ups if we can. We'll definitely do some hanging leg raises for our ab routine, which nowadays seems really simple, straightforward. Ooh, so let's go. So here we go. Ooh. Okay, so what I need to do is, whilst you're there, I'm going to get my equipment, my bags. So please talk amongst yourselves. Just remember, no kissing. It's not allowed on a live. But wow, what a day. Here we go. Right. Wow, wow, wow. So, what are we going to do is we do have some equipment to set up. So, one of the things I'm doing a lot more of is hanging leg raises. Things have progressed quite well. So, it will be at some point where I'll be looking at progressing it on to purely hanging and doing leg raises with using my hand grip strength, opposed to using these thing abs assists. But needs must at the moment. One of the things I have utilize are these bear grips. These are phenomenal for gripping the a bar, especially overhead. Takes really less effort to think about and to utilize them. Such a benefit. So let's get the towel. Ooh. So okay, so just in case, always beheaded myself. Always like to make sure I've got safety apparatus in place before using any big movements. So now this is going to be a bit of an ab routine. So we'll do as many leg raises as I can. I always aim to go 180 degrees. We'll do as many as I feasibly can per set. But I do find I get exhausted pretty quick, especially after the routine I've just done. So it would be different if I did these at the start of the session. It would be a completely different game changer. But anyway, gas bagging. So I do apologise. Oh, well, that was new. So again, did leg raises with some obliques. Wow. Normally I leave them separate, but I think that going forward that will definitely add a level of intensity. That is something I always like to do. If I can make tweaks to the routine, I do, but I do like to maintain that progressive overload. I think the body really enjoys a challenge, and never surrender, never give up, persevere. I think one of the important things is the intensity that you go at your routine. If you're not struggling to catch your breath while you're working out, then are you really working out at all? You know, you really need to be putting in a lot of effort. I think the first couple of reps of sets, find your bearings, get used to an exercise, and then start to really push on. So I always find that every exercise I do, I get to that pre-exhaustion place and I just persevere. You know, some days I add more weight, sometimes I add more range of motion to the exercise. I'm always forever trying to do more, do better. So any comments, then please feel free to drop me a comment down below. Information is always free. It should always be free. So second set, again, we'll do as many leg raises as we can. Again, trying to touch the top of the bar. Easy peasy. Oh, wow. Again, the actual reps are getting less. So much the intensity is up there. I'm really struggling for catching my breath. Not struggling, but the level of intensity is quite high. But again, I just love it. I love pushing myself, make everything count. But wow. Oh, whew. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait until the day comes when the weight comes off. And it will. It will. I'll get myself down to 10% body weight, 10% body fat, I should say. And I'll look proper good. And then from there, we'll definitely look at what scope we want to go down, what path we want to go down. But I'm never going to give this up, ever. Not for anybody. I value my own peace of mind too much to give all this up for anybody. I always say, why can't you have it all? You know, you should have it all. No one should deny you your happiness, make you change the good things that you do to accommodate them. Put you first. That's what I say. Put you first. As selfish as that may be, but you're going to get to live once. You might as well enjoy the things that you enjoy the most. Anyway, try and do one more set. We'll try and push on to do 2 more sets if we can. But again, I definitely feel that this leg raises from doing 180 degrees of leg rotation is by far one of the best ab routines that you can do. I would highly recommend anybody to do leg raises and just to see the changes to your torso when you do so. Don't honestly, don't take anything for granted, but it does take a lot of time for things to become more noticeable. But I think after 1 or 2 sessions, you'll understand what it feels like to actually use your abs in a way that really does ask a lot of questions of your abdominal structure. Right. That's it. That's it. I've got enough of that. Wow. Cannot tell you how draining that is, but also how exhilarating it feels. This is why I know I don't need to do any extra cardio. But there will be a time and a place that will start maybe on a day off, on a deload day, we'll just do cardio, maybe different types of cardio. Do believe cardiovascular health is really important. For me, it's just trying to fit everything into a session that's going to be really well rounded. And let's face it, cardio is absolute bore, especially inside a gym environment. There we go. I'm absolutely good. I think I'll do 1 more set. And what I'm finding is, I'm getting my legs up. It's that descent down. I need to start controlling the descent down. But there are different things that I can do to make the leg raises more intense. And by one of them is going to be always added weight. So I do have some cheap ankle weights, so I can plonk these on, and that will really add a lot more stimulus to the exercise itself. So let's give that a whirl. Right, let's get this on properly. There we go. See, again, this is something that you don't see a lot of other influencers do. They always do the obvious stuff, and it's kind of I always find it a bit boring, a bit blasé. And they do one thing I notice a lot with social media is everything's a flex, every move, the flexing, and it's a bit like, are people for real? Yeah, are people generally in love with themselves that much that they have to flex all the time? Does that impress people? Get that in the comments. Does it impress you when you see an individual flexing whilst doing an exercise? Maybe a complete opposite muscle group that they might be training. So, for instance, they might be doing a leg day, and then they finish the legs, and then all of a sudden they're flexing, doing biceps flexes and back spreads and whatever. It's a bit of a weird one, I always think. But anyway, here we go. Yeah. Right. So we do have added weights onto the ankles. I think they have a kilo a piece. So that's going to be the challenge there. So again, oh, one more. Oh my god. Oh my, what happened here? Wait. Right, I'm done. I am absolutely goosed. I don't think I want to do any other movements today. Not going to try any pull-ups, chin-ups. I don't think. So we've been about an hour and 40 minutes of training, which I think is probably at the top end of what I normally do. But that is the intensity I like. And in time, I'll probably upload maybe a video, some photos of what the physique is looking like in the future. But I'm definitely not one of these people that likes to flex on the spot for individuals. It's kind of weird. I think it can be quite a self-centered arena with the constant people flexing of their physiques and whatnot. But if you got it, you got it. But I don't think you need to. I definitely feel that I don't need to flaunt my physique off for anybody. But wow, what a day! What a day! So get your comments in below if you want to know anything. Please feel free. Really appreciate the comments, the likes, and people who have decided to follow me. It's really encouraging. Things can only get better. I'm definitely improving week by week, day by day. So yes, so if there's anything that you would like to know or anything you'd like to see whilst I'm doing my gym routine, then please feel free to DM me or drop me a comment. But yeah, I always like to feel that I'm approachable in whatever I do. So please feel free. Wow. So tomorrow, let's talk about tomorrow's session. Tomorrow's session will be again in around the same time as today. I think tomorrow will be a lot depending on how England do. Hopefully we'll get through to the next round. Oh, what was the France score? Let me know what the France score was, because I know it was 1-0 prior to leaving. I didn't check what the score was. So what was the France score today? Well, yesterday. Need to know. Need to know. Absolutely good. So, what was the front score? Let me know in the chat below, people. Wow, that was immense. But I'm going to try to do some chin-ups, because why not? But absolutely yes, yes. Does anybody know what the France score was? Nobody going to tell me what the France score was? You bunch of bastards. Right, so here we go. Right. Here we go. Definitely need to work on the mobility in the shoulder routine. I think that's something that I'm going to need to do, especially if I want to progress onto hanging leg raises using purely hand grip only. I'm definitely going to need that flexibility in the scapula and rotator cuff. So definitely something we need to start training for in the future. But wow, excelente. And so loose, so tight. But anyway, I think that is my cue to say skedaddle and off to go back home, something to eat, a shower, and then some much needed rest, and hopefully see what tomorrow brings. Well, so warm. So hopefully people have enjoyed following me on this routine. We'll be back tomorrow at a similar time. So in around about 12 o'clock tomorrow, midnight. Please feel free to jump on our next session, and any comment, advice you want to know, or anything you want to input to the live, please feel free to listen below. If you want any more information, drop me a DM on TikTok. I'll be more than happy to liaison with you all. So until then, guys, thank you and goodbye.